The cheese pieces are stored in the mountain pastures for a maximum of 7 days before reaching the cooperative's cellars. Upon arrival, they will spend 24 hours in a brine bath, a mixture of water and salt, before being rubbed with salt for several days.
The goal at this stage is to keep the cheeses very moist. After this period, we start drying our cheeses, and it is at this moment that the rind is formed. In a sense, we brine our cheese, you could say.
Refining will then continue for 5 to 24 months. On each wheel appears the number of the producer and the number of the part.
What makes us succeed in producing an exceptional product is already the climate of the cellar, the temperature, having a constant level of humidity. What's important is to know the differences between the batches. To know that this particular batch needs to be put in a place where it will be able to dry a little more, and that another one needs to be put in a more humid corner of the cellar. And then we will rub the cheeses every 4 days until the end of the maturing process. We're in the final stage before shipping our cheeses. With this machine, we will burn the heel of our cheeses to mark them, which will definitely differentiate them from other hard cheeses.
3 categories of this exceptional Alpine cheese are currently on the market. The Etivaz PDO, of which 17,000 pieces are produced each year, Etivaz Bio PDO, about 1,900 cheeses, and the Etivaz AOP PDO, which only concerns a few hundred pieces per year. A real concentration of aromas, thanks to special storage in an attic for at least 30 months. In total, the annual production of Etivaz PDO Alpine cheese amounts to 470 tons, and what makes it successful is its inimitable taste.
When you put a piece of Etivaz in your mouth, the first reaction is obtained from the texture, because in principle, it is a texture that must be supple and melting. And then, since Etivaz is a cheese known for its effect on all senses, follow all the aromas and flavors that this cheese contains. And there is a list of 60 of them. It is a real moment of bliss, and these aromas burst in your mouth and really make you happy. The production has just finished. We're at the beginning of November, and what will happen now is one of the most important phases. It is what we call the weighing. The weighing is important for commercial purposes on the one hand, because it will define the quality of cheeses and how they are marketed, and then for producers on the other hand, as it will determine their income. Namely, the producers of the Etivaz cooperative are paid by kilo of cheese and not by kilo of milk. We will look at the external aspects, for example, the heel and both surfaces. The old statements that say we want cheeses with holes are outdated. Today we really want cheeses that qualify as blind. With the help of this probe, by hitting the cheese, we can determine by ear if we have an opening inside or not. So an opening is considered a defect.
So today was the weighing. We weighed all the cheeses we made during the summer, and then they were classified as first or second choice. Ours have all been rated as first choice, so we're happy.
We're going to look at the dough, which must be relatively long. It must be flexible. We're also going to determine the taste. The taste must be straightforward, slightly fruity, and at the end, we have a little smoky taste that comes specifically from making it over a wood fire. And then we still have the exterior and the conservation that we will also look at, with a uniform color, as you can see here on this wheel, for example. We are lucky here at the cooperative to have a very high level of quality, so we're often above 98 to 99% of first-choice cheese. About 3 weeks after this first phase, we have an external audit commission that comes, called the Tax Commission. It will assign 20 points. We will also have 4 characteristics: the opening, the dough, the taste, the exterior, and the conservation is the last criterion. We have a maximum of 20 points.